Yeah, hi. This video is a kind of a little show off of a few pebbles I've found and cut them into bigger and smaller pieces and grinded them to some degree. And there's also a few, like with this one. You can imagine about the size, and you see you get really black fingers. And it doesn't take too much that you get black fingers. You can ride with this stone almost. It will leave a black mark. And it's floating, this black dust. And that's when it's dry. How it looks, it's not that accurate, the picture. But this stone has this distinct feature here, which makes it really interesting. It has this different kind of blacks to it. They reflect light differently. And they also have structure. So I would say that there might be also, that this might be out of, it has a content of graphite, which could also indicate that it could include also diamonds. That's the same piece on the outside or the other side. And you can really see it has this kind of rings, as you would probably expect from some petrified wood. And especially on this side, you have a few of those, or actually, there are many of those really bright white spots, and they reflect light really well. Yes, they do. I will probably zip through them to my own pace. If you want to see the pictures, take a screenshot and then watch by yourself. Because I just try to show as many pictures somehow as possible that you get clue of what's going on. That's the same all over again. That's a different, obviously. And it doesn't stay wet. It sucks the water in. Now it's already dry. So it was a little bit hard to get pictures when it's wet. It was either reflecting the light too good or it just dried up really quickly. And I don't know too much to say about those because I have some more pictures and stuff, and it's like these white spots here, not all of them, some of them, they're really soft and they have this kind of crystalline structure to them. That's also an interesting piece. That's the outside of it, or the other side. The shape compelled me to collect that, and I cut it open, and it was like that. So, any possibility that this could be something petrified, wood or whatever, peat? Yeah, this picture doesn't have much. No, this is the white stuff I told you before from this other stone, which is soft with this crystalline structure to it. And I am trying to get some better equipment in order to make better pictures and stuff. And that's not a glitch, there is something inside that. And which is also interesting here, you can see on the edge that the light is shining through. We have something here, something here, something here going on. Is that a bug or something? A seed from ancient trees? I don't know. Yeah, that's a crap picture. That's also a little bit crappy, even though you somehow see that there is a structure inside the stone. Uh-huh. Like a maggot or something. I don't know. It's not that well visible. That's the same. That's probably a better picture. And notice also this one here on the side with its structure. And here's our buck. Or whatever it is. It's still inside there. And I should do something to it. Grind a little bit more off or something. Nah. Yeah, here you can see it how it is somehow in the stone, even though the picture isn't the best, but you can still see the structure. And that's from the same stone. And I'm quite sure that these are pyrites. Which is always a good indicator when you search for petrified wood. I heard. This might be mica, but what is this then? Is that chalked quartz? I don't know. That's a picture where you can see a little bit about those different colors with those reddish areas here, and you have like these kind of connections from everywhere which go somewhere. They end up in those white spheres to some degree. And that's the same thing in natural colors. It's not that well visible. But you can also, like in this region here, you can see the porosity of the material, which is interesting, I think. And there are quite many colors to that stone, which is really interesting. We have violet, green, red, yellow, white, black. Yeah, I was sneezing before. This might not be petrified wood, but I think it's an interesting stone nonetheless, since it has those really, really bright pieces in it. Yeah, that's again the same. That's not a stone, but that's the black dust from this other stone I was grinding there, which might be graphite. It floats on the water surface. Then we have these kind of stones. There might be a whole lot of copper in those. Yeah, that's not a too good picture, but it has this kind of like a shell, or how to put it. Yeah, there's many minerals and stuff. There's things going on in that stone. Still, you cannot really see it here in the picture, but that's this kind of quartz thing. Uh, this looks really interesting because it's somehow really not like granite, even though it looks in a way like that. That's the outside. And it had like this kind of X-shaped form, the whole stone. That's why I collected it and cut it open. These kind of stones, where we have this kind of quartz thing in the middle, and this kind of outer layer. And in some light circumstances, you can somehow see that there's this kind of alignment here going on. That's just cleaned with a toothbrush. Now that's another stone I cut open. I was really surprised. It looks like marble. But this is kind of, yeah, it's I there's so much stuff I still have to figure out about stones, and this is funny because you have this pattern on the stone, which is exactly the same what you have here. And there's black stuff in that stone. This could be the boundary between the bark and the actual tree. And again, that's just clean with a toothbrush. There's nothing done to it. And you can see all those white pieces here. It's all over the place. Gold flakes, or what they are. And also on the other side, you can see the black, which might be the bark, and then the actual tree, or the inside of the tree, or however you call it in English. And the triangle, of course. Yeah, the porosity is visible here because you can see like how the water reacts on the surface. And again, we have those really bright spots everywhere. And maybe also some pyrite on the corner. This was really an interesting, or is still an interesting stone, because it has those shiny little things everywhere. They're like everywhere. There's also this feature here on the corner, a red line or something. No, this might be the same. This is the same. That's a piece of wood I collected from the shore in order to compare. That's not wood, that's a stone, which might have been once wood. It has a dark core. It has this kind of streaks which go. It has this kind of distinct features here, which might be bark. On this side, it's missing. Yeah, that's not fully polished yet, but you can see that there's many colors and stuff going on in those. What happened? This one is this one. If I compare that to samples I have from like shops of where you can buy petrified wood, this is really close to those. This one, I guess, was featured in the article. That's another example of stones. I've found a few of them. I call them ear stones because they have those. They go all the way around. Here's this kind of wavy pattern. This might not be petrified wood, I don't know. And then we have these kind of things. And again, they are really, really, really bright. This might be another ear stone. Another one. And bright things. That's the outside of it. You can see it already on the outside, this kind of pattern. Inside it looks like that. With a hair. But we have this kind of reddish things also there to be found and all kinds of. Yeah, it's maybe actually not that bad having a hair here that you can somehow imagine for size comparison. Really bright things in there too. Yeah, I leave it here. Thanks.